What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah. I am back again with another video. If you're new here, my name is Rivah and I'm here to give you guys my reaction to this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into this video. This video is pretty lengthy. I saw it kind of like on social media and I had to go to the original creators page because it is kind of like a lengthy video. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press play and then pause it when I feel like I want to add my perspective, just because, like I said, it is a little bit lengthy. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into this video.
Woo! Some of y'all women gonna get mad at me today, so if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. First things first, quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him. Respect his space. Like, stop becoming so preoccupied and hyper aware of what a man has going on. As soon as you see his mood is off a little bit, you start becoming overwhelming. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Let me tell you how men are. A lot of men, when they are going through stuff, they may end up withdrawing or retreating because they're trying to figure it out. They're not always upset at you. Their moods are not changing just because of you. People go through things in a way that men are. They don't express themselves as much as we do as women. It's okay. Give that man some space. Oh, yeah.
So for those two, they both fall in the line of insecurities, right? So women who are, oh, do I look good in this? You never tell me I look beautiful. Do I look this? Do I look that? It's a hard situation for the other person that has to be in the relationship with them, for the man, because he doesn't want his woman to feel less than. He's going to feel bad if she feels bad. He's not going to feel good if she doesn't feel good. But then it becomes like this monotonous, kind of like annoying situation. Now, there are situations, if we want to we have to have a full balanced conversation. There are situations where this woman is trying to put her best foot forward. She is trying to make sure that she looks her best self for her man. She is trying to make sure that he is still pleased in what he's seeing from her. But that's not what she's talking about. Okay, she's not talking about the women who are just wanting to make sure that they are, on the top of their game for their man and want to make sure that they're doing what's pleasing to his side. It's more of the women who are going through, as she said, their own insecurities. Maybe they didn't feel as, confident as a child. Maybe they didn't feel as loved or as beautiful, or maybe they just have low self-esteem for whatever reasons, and they're looking for this constant validation from this person outside of themselves. And to be honest, it doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter if he says that she's amazing. It doesn't matter if he says that she's beautiful on a daily basis. She will never feel like that is enough because she doesn't feel that inside of herself. So there's a lot of women who sometimes look outside of themselves for the work that is honestly only up to them. Right? The only person that can make you feel whole and completely happy and confident, it comes from within. So yes, somebody can give you compliments and it will feel good temporarily. But if you look in the mirror, or if you, walk around with a lack of self-confidence and you don't like what you see when you look at yourself, nobody's going to be able to fix that. It's going to be up to you. And if we want to keep it real, sometimes fixing that is getting into the gym. Sometimes fixing that is, taking extra steps, doing some research instead of like constantly scrolling frivolously on social media. Sometimes it's doing research, like, how can I be better in this area? How can I be better in that area? And not really asking your man questions all the time, but just researching how to be better in that area, then becoming better in that area, and then showing him the finished product. Because then everybody's going to be happy. Okay, you'll be getting compliments that you didn't even ask for. And then when it comes to, what she was saying, the second part of the man being silent, it's still the same thing. It still stems from an insecurity. Because sometimes, and I want to be real, sometimes the reason why women have that insecurity of if their man is silent and, he's not speaking to them and they think it's them, sometimes it's from their own childhood traumas. Their fear of like uneasiness, like, did I do something wrong? Was it me? Did I say something? Did I make a mistake? Like, sometimes that's exactly where it stems from. But in the relationship, it can cause like a sense of, why are you always questioning me? Like, why are you always, assuming that it's you? You're making a bigger issue. I'm over here trying to think. I'm trying to get my mind together. I'm trying to, rectify the situation. But I don't think that it is a problem to ask if there is a problem in the relationship or if you did something wrong, especially if you might have. Okay? Because if we want to be real, if we have to be really honest, sometimes these women are asking because they know that they was rude to him 10 minutes ago and they want to make sure that they're not getting the silent treatment. So I do think it's necessary, but you have to just learn your spouse. Learn the way that they move. Learn the way that they operate. Learn that, okay, yeah, I see him over there chilling. We just had a whole conversation about the bills and how we're going to maneuver things. Obviously, it has nothing to do with me. He's in deep thought trying to figure out how he's going to rectify this situation. So a lot of it is knowing your spouse, but also keeping yourself in check. Because if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, there's not going to be any reason for you to ask or constantly ask, why are you so quiet? Why are you not talking to me? Did I do something? Because your conscience would be clear in that aspect.
Clinginess is cute to an extent, baby, but once you become codependent and you're always getting jealous whenever this person goes out and you become anxious whenever they're not around you, you start blowing up their phones so they go hang out with their friends, that is problematic and you're going to push them away. As much as many of you all don't want to believe it, it's absolutely okay for a man to admire another woman. As long as it is a quick look, boom, and he's not staring and he doesn't have a wandering eye and he's not impulsive and he's not a cheater. If he's all of those, baby, why are you with him in the first place? You're ignoring the red flags. You're settling. As long as that man is not window shopping or ordering off the menu, relax. He has a visual appetite. If he sees a beautiful woman, it's okay to admire. Just like if you see a handsome man, you're going to admire him too. Relax. Stop letting your...
Okay, I wanna just dive into this part as well. And like I said, it's a long, lengthy video, so whenever she makes a point, I want to be able to just interject myself and then tell you the elaboration instead of playing the video and then playing it back, just because I don't want to forget my points, because she's saying so many different things. Clinginess. Yes, clinginess is an issue, okay? I look at clinginess as a form of control. A lot of women, if they're really honest, they're clingy with their man, not just because they love him so much and they want to be up under his skin. It's because they want to make sure that you remember you're in a relationship. They want to make sure that, oh, you see me, you know me, what are you doing? Who's that? Who you talking to? They want to be with you all the time just to ensure that they know what you're doing. Because maybe a lack of trust, or they feel like, you too fine, and they want to make sure that you're not over there exploring your options. So again, all of these things stem from insecurities. All of these things so far that she's mentioned stem from a woman being not secure in her position and in herself as a woman. And it seems like it's going to feel like a trap to a man, right? Like if you're everywhere that he has to be, if you always want to go, he talking about, oh, I'm going to the grocery store. I'll go. You want me to get my shoes? I'll go with you. Oh, I'm going to go to the bank really quick. You want me to ride with you? I'll go. It's like if you're always so, adamant on being there every second of the day, you're not giving him any time to miss you. Okay? There's no fun, no thrill. And then on top of that, he's with you and you don't want him, like she said, looking at other women. This man is going to run. He's going to run. He's going to feel trapped. And the minute that he can break away from you and possibly entertain somebody else, that is exactly what he's going to do, because every man wants to feel like they still got it like that. They still want to walk around and they don't want you to be like mothering them or like smothering them. Oh, you can't do this because you're my man. Oh, my man not allowed to do this. My man not allowed to do that. Oh, you're my boyfriend or you're my husband now. You can't operate in this way that men naturally operate in. There's nothing wrong with a man, seeing a beautiful woman and admiring her. More times than not, and let's be real, women are very beautiful creatures, right? We're very beautiful. A lot of times when somebody is so outstanding, like, very different beauty or just like extremely beautiful, everyone will look, right? It will cause the attention for everyone to look. The only part that I don't agree with is I think that men and women are wired completely different. Okay, and this part is just my personal opinion. I don't think that it is a healthy mindset for women to be admiring other men, because that's not how we're wired. A man can see a beautiful woman walk past and he leaves it right there. A woman can see a man that she is quote unquote admiring and she will think about it the entire day. It will not stay there. It will not stay with her just seeing him and leaving it at that. She will be thinking about that. She'll get in the car. She's thinking about it. You know, she will hear a song and that man will just like visually pop back in her mind. Like, women are very different. We internalize things. Whereas men can just visualize it. They know how to compartmentalize. They know, oh, she's fine. I just looked at that. That was it. We moved on. I'm with my girl. Women don't necessarily do that. They internalize it and they want to hold on to things. So it's like, oh, he's fine. Oh, he's this. Oh, I wonder if, oh, he was looking at me. They want to follow up the thought. So I know a lot of women aren't going to agree with me. I've heard a lot of women say that, like, oh, yeah, women can look and da-da-da-da. And just like he can look, I can look. I think that's still trying to be in competition with your mate. Just in my opinion. This is just my personal opinion. I think this is still a part of, you know, I can do what a man can do. It's only okay because I can do it too. That's what I think it more is saying. You know, because a lot of women say that over and over again. Oh yeah, well, he can look at beautiful women. So who cares if I look at this guy on social media with his shirt off? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Go. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you need to stop doing everything that you did in the beginning. If you always kept your skin together, your nails together, your lashes together, your hair done, your body was waxed up at the beginning, keep that same energy. Hold your end of the relationship. Remember, visual. A man still has a visual appetite and he loves what he sees, baby, because you're going to stimulate a whole lot more of him. Don't let yourself go because you secured the relationship. As much as you want to believe it, you're not always right. As much as you want to...
Okay, so now see what I'm saying, guys? If you guys are following this video, she goes from one point to the next, to the next, to the next. So just, yeah, you have to keep yourself up. Again, the insecurities that she talked about with the clinginess, with the, him securing your insecurities and do I look good? Do I this? Do I that? All of these things will not be important to you when you're the type of woman who stays on point. And I like how she said what you did to secure the relationship, because girl, when we get into our relationship, we are our best self. We, the most kind, the sweetest of this. That representative is showing that their best foot forward, and you have to remember to do those things. And it's not just only outward appearance, it's also consideration for your spouse as well. When a lot of women got into the relationship, a man would just come over and maybe sweep the floor and they'd be like, oh my, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And like after a while, that's what you should do. And you need to mop too. Like everything changes. So it's important to stay on point. I think a lot of women don't realize that how the relationship is maintained, how entertained your man is by you, how happy your man is in a relationship, that is all up to you. A lot of women think that it's not. They think like, oh yeah, well, if he's not happy, he's just not happy. No, you have a strong part to play in that, because men are more stable. Men are more apt to stay in relationships. They are more apt to make it work out. They don't like change that much. Okay, women are very quick to change. Oh, I want to change the house. I want to change this. I want to do this. Like, women are more into change. Men are more stable. Women are the ones who are quick to leave, quick to run. Men are more, equipped to like work it out, stick it out. So you have to be the one that is like keeping it fresh, keeping it fun. Like that is your part to play. And as she just said, how do you do that? Visually. Always stand on point, doing some new things and maybe again, wearing a new makeup or a new lipstick or a nice hairstyle that fits you or whatever it is that's going to spark his interest. It's very important to do.
In control, you have to let some things go, baby. You cannot love a man the way you want to love him. If you study him, if you pay attention, if you actually listen, I guarantee you he will tell you how to love him. You cannot limit the way you love him to a love language. That's why I hate the conversation of love language. You can ask a man, what's your favorite love language? And he can say, oh, acts of service. And you think that's all you have to do to love him? No, baby, you got to study your man. Stop nagging him all the time. It's perfect. Okay, quit always expressing your dissatisfactions. If you see he's putting in efforts in other places, please uplift those efforts. Acknowledge him. Show that you appreciate that. If it's something like a pet peeve, baby, compromise. I know a lot of women have a hard time compromising. Baby, you got to find a middle ground. Sometimes it's just not worth you bringing up a dissatisfaction. A lot of you all just be nagging. You're pushing that man away. It's okay. He's not always going to fit your idea. He's not always going to satisfy you in every area. Baby, I promise you, every trait that you may have on your beautiful checkoff list, he may not measure up to every single one of them. That's why you have to be selective. But stop nagging all the time. You can't read minds and you can't predict the future. So stop trying to interpret things and stop trying to jump to conclusions. Baby, it's not healthy. It's a distorted way of thinking and it will kill your relationship. Being independent is okay, but why do you have to be so independent that you're unreceptive? Men love to be needed. If you're so independent that you won't even allow him to help, what is he there for? Stop involving everybody in your relationship.
Okay, before we get into involving everything, she went to controlling, nagging, and basically expecting this person to measure up to this unrealistic level of things that you want done in a certain way. And to be honest, a lot of women who operate in this manner end up by themselves. That's the truth. A lot of women who operate where they want to control their spouse, they want to nag him. You didn't do this how I do it, and you didn't do that, and you know, well, when I clean this, I clean it like this, and you clean it like that, and it makes it. When a lot of women end up doing those things, they end up alone, because the problem is you really are just looking for yourself outside of yourself. And how is that possible? How is that possible? How can you look at someone else who was once a stranger, who was once somebody that you didn't know, had a different upbringing than you, and expect them to be exactly like you are? It is not possible. It's unrealistic. And you know what you will have? You will have the house cleaned how you want it to be cleaned. You will have everything put in place how you want it to be put in place. And you will even have, whatever it is that you want lined up exactly how you want it lined up. But you know what you won't have? You won't have the man. So you have to pick. Which one's more important? Is it more important for you to have your spouse in your home, someone that loves you, that you can confide in, that has your back, that supports you, that's a great leader? Or would you rather have all of these other things that really don't matter in place?
If it's friends or family, they have no place to be in your relationship. So stop involving them. Their opinions do not matter. Their advice does not matter. They are not the person that you were sleeping with. Relax. You think you're doing something when you're comparing your man to everybody else. You're comparing your man to your best friend's husband, yada, yada, yada. And now he's pretending to be something that he's not. That's very uncomfortable for a man. Baby, constructive criticism and destructive criticism are real things. If you're always criticizing, you're going to push him away, and he's going to end up faking things, and that's going to make him unhappy, and then the intimacy is going to decline. And whose fault is that going to be? Yeah, because you were comparing. Many of you ladies are not the inspiration that you think that you are. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're always operating in your comfort zone, and you refuse to take risks, and you lack intellectual intimacy. You don't go out there and try to learn new things. Baby, you're not reaching new opportunities. You're always low in your confidence. You're not really inspiring this person. If this person is trying to grow, and you want to stay and you want to be on social media or on your phone and everybody else's business, and you're not really doing anything to add to his fruition, baby, eventually he's going to grow without you. Pessimism. Stop being negative all the time. Communication. Learn to listen. Validate their experiences. Don't interrupt. You know what? The list can go on. Just work on your communication, baby, okay? Now, I know some of y'all going to get to the end of this video and be like, Look, if you want a healthier relationship, start taking criticism. Take each piece if it applies and let it apply. If it doesn't, then go on about your business. But if you want a healthier relationship, if you're dating, if you're a girlfriend, if you're a wife, whatever it may be, you want a healthy relationship, baby, take the criticism as constructive. Take it as a learning tool. Use it and change.
I love this. I love everything that she said. I don't think that she, missed anything. I think she dotted every I and crossed every T. She was very thorough with this entire conversation. And yeah, there are going to be some people who, she had picked me, and who is she? What's her results? That's what people love to say. They love to call you names, but you have to be able to take constructive criticism. You know why? Because the women who have successful relationships, you better believe that when their man speaks to them, or when somebody outside of themselves speaks to them, or when they see another woman who looks like some kind of inspiration to them, they are going to take heed. That's why they have long-lasting relationships. That's why they have happy relationships. If they see another woman who is fit, they don't look at her as like, oh, she's fit. Who does she think she is, walking around here with her yoga pants and her, workout gear and No, they look at that like, dang, her abs look good. I need to go a little hard in the gym. Like, I need to get myself together. I need to focus. Okay. I need to do this because I want to be my best self. When you look at everybody else negatively, like she said, with a pessimistic mindset, the glass is always half empty. Woe is me, and I can't never do this because of this, that. When you do that, as she said, you're not assisting your man. As a woman, your job is to create peace, to create a place that he can bounce ideas off of, but also to be the one that is motivational whenever he's lacking motivation, and vice versa. That's for a healthy relationship. Both of you are supposed to do that with each other. But as a woman, I just don't feel like it's in a woman's nature to be pessimistic. I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of women are pessimistic, but I don't think that comes natural to us. I think naturally we're like, oh yeah, I'm going to water this plant and it's just going to grow into this large tree. Like, a lot of women, we say the opposite. We say, okay, sometimes y'all need to dial it back. You're a little too delusional. Like, it's become more than optimism. Now you've become delusional. Like, a lot of women are big dreamers and thinkers and have all these ideas. So when you become pessimistic, it's like you're almost going away from what you naturally operate in. So how can you assist your man? If he's having a hard day and he's saying, dang, man, they were really beating me down at the job. I was thinking of quitting. And you saying, it's only going to get worse. You only been there for 2 years. Can you imagine if you're there for 10 years? Like, how is that going to motivate him to keep him going? How? So, and one thing that she said, I'm going to play it back really, really quickly. She said one thing about, was it control? I'm going to play it really quick.
Don't interrupt. You know what? The list can go on. Just work on your communication, baby.
Always having to be right. Okay? There's no way. Okay? There's no way that you're going to be right all the time. It's just not possible. It's not possible that you can be right every single time. People make mistakes. And sometimes in making mistakes, that's how you learn. That's how you grow. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But to sum up the last part, what I was thinking to say is that a lot of women just don't want to put the work in. Right? What's your love language? Oh, I'm going to operate like this. What's your zodiac sign? Oh, I'm going to talk to you like this. Like, they just want to do the bare minimum to make life easier for themselves. But relationships are not easy. Okay? They can be easy, but to get into a flow, it takes a little bit of work. It takes some it takes some sacrifice, selflessness, putting that other person before yourself. But we can't have and none of these things will matter. None of these comments that she said will matter if you don't know yourself and if you don't know your spouse. A lot of y'all know y'all homegirls way more than you know your man. And that's a really big problem. That's why you have all these insecurities, these trust issues, these problems. You can't trust if he go out here and do this because you don't know what he'll do because you don't know him. You don't know him, or you feel like you're not worthy enough to have him. But that's a whole different conversation. But I love everything that Kitty Rose had to say. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video.